Hey guys, Bala here, Coach Bala here. This is 29th of April, one day before the race day, or in another way of saying that is literally at the end of our destination, which is the journey of season 9. So excited to be here. See, I'm so proudly wearing our season 9 t-shirt. Very proud of this. And as with a momentous day, there's always the day or the night before is a day full of excitement, a lot of people coming together, getting ready. That is one such day here as well. We are in Coach Sridhar's house, surrounded by some amazing runners, coaches. Give it up, guys. Give a shout. These are all our runners sitting here. We'll be talking to them just a little here and there. All these runners and coaches, they all are representing the best and the brightest of Runner's Eye. Combination of coaches, combination of runners who have been running for a long time. Master who is going to do her 10K today. And we also have some, first-timers. May not be first-timers. I think all of them are very senior runners. But folks who have just completed the race today, for instance, just so that they can volunteer tomorrow. Folks who are not in New Jersey coming here. So last time when this happened, we had an impromptu fireside chat. And the idea was we have all these coaches, and so why don't we get some, their ideas and thoughts for the runners. So I had a question. So in my mind, I had a question. One night before the race day, different feelings will be there for different folks. Okay. So I wanted to first go a quick round. I'll randomly pick few people. Will not call everyone on this, but I'll randomly pick few people and ask them, go back in time, their first race, major race. How was the night before? That's the question. So let's start with Coach Sridhar. How many races you have done till now?
Maybe like 6 or 7.
6 major races. Yeah. You've done a full marathon as well.
Full marathon.
So first one was a half marathon?
Yes.
That must have been a very big event for you, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, the night before I couldn't sleep.
Yep.
And I wanted to go to bed early. Like 9 p.m. I tried to get into the bed so that I can wake up at 6 a.m. But, you don't want to break your normal sleep cycle.
Yeah.
Then I could not sleep until like 1 a.m. And then I'm trying all my things and I'm counting till 200. That's not helping.
So essentially a miserable night.
Miserable night.
But how was the day then? How was the race?
Race was, interestingly, right? I was turned up and then like everything was fine.
Fantastic.
Right? The fact that I didn't sleep the night before didn't really affect my performance.
There you go. And I'm sure, guys, you're going to hear this again and again. Let's hear from a master here, master runner, Shakuntala.
Yes.
And you're running your 10K tomorrow? Yes. Walking, running your 10K. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm always thinking about tomorrow. Not today.
So you've been thinking for a long time about tomorrow, that yesterday.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But then after coming here, New Jersey, I'm thinking about how that race will be, that thing, this thing.
Okay.
And Balaji is there next to me. I need not bother.
Okay. So, but you think you're going to get sleep tonight?
No. but I'll be happy after that.
Exactly. See, that's well said. So let's talk to this coach, Ani. How many races you have done? I know you've done a share of your half marathons, isn't it?
Many half marathons, 2 full marathons. So yeah.
So you've done your share of races.
Yeah.
Would you concur with the experience he has had?
Yeah, absolutely. If you can't sleep, don't fight it.
Exactly. Just enjoy it.
It's very natural. Happens to everyone.
Yeah.
Convert that into a visualization exercise.
Interesting.
Just visualize what you're gonna do when you cross that finish line.
Absolutely. Oh, that's a positive way of converting this.
Permutation combinations, dance, waving your hands. I don't know, whatever.
Any hanging out with Deepak too much.
Exactly. So that's the sample here. I just picked for this question just the 3 of them, just to get a sample, and I can tell you this is very representative. And it's also a good correlation that if you're feeling that, next day it's going to be a great day. Yeah. So because you're serious about it. So typically next day it turns out to be a great day, and I'm sure you're going to experience that too. So now let's go to the next question. Finish the race. Caught up in the morning, finish the race. Let's talk about the highest excitement of whichever race. It could be the first race, it could be a first full marathon, it could be anything. Can you capture your emotion of how it was when you crossed the race? Let's start with Coach Shilpa. First
Yeah.
race, which race you want to pick?
Half marathon, my first half
First one.
marathon.
Okay,
Yes.
how was your feeling?
Amazing. It was like over the top. I never thought I could run a half marathon, and when I finished it, it was a real runner's high.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And you still remember that feeling?
Oh yes.
Isn't
It's,
it?
yeah, it's just feeling of satisfaction and all the training coming to fruition.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
It was pretty interesting, right? How about you, Coach Suja? Which race you will pick up and which one? What emotion you remember when you crossed that finish line?
I think I'll pick my first full marathon.
Yeah.
The one at Chicago.
Yeah.
I think, up to mile 18, 20, I think even up to 20 was fine. But the last 6 was very tough because we never trained for it. You always think about what the miles that you never trained for, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's always in the top of your mind. But the last mile, I think that the excitement of knowing I'm so close to something that I never ever thought possible was very exciting. Especially the last point too. I think I was like ear to ear grin. Like I just couldn't believe it.
That you're
Like,
doing
I was
this.
there at this point. That excitement was something else that I cannot explain in words.
I can sense that excitement still when you're saying that. That's what it is. Coach Srivatsan, what about you, buddy?
I will talk about two firsts.
Yeah?
My first was my first virtual marathon.
Yeah.
And after a season where I barely dragged myself through every long run, I could not believe that I was actually standing and talking to people. I had the entire Boston group next to me, and I was shocked that I was strong enough to just stand there. I couldn't believe it. I had just run 26. And the second big thing was my first official marathon,
Yeah.
which was the Chicago Marathon. I was so emotional from the start line. And every time when I saw Sushma's video at the finish line, that is exactly how I felt through most of that marathon.
Interesting.
And it is just amazing to have that experience.
To go that you actually are doing 26 miles after training so hard for so long, that's a special feeling. And all of you runners are in that mode right now. So let me ask now, pick the next 3 of them. And this time I want to start with you, Coach Deepak. We give a lot of lessons through the training program, 16 weeks, right? So when you think about your race, can you think of one lesson that really helped you when you are running the race?
Absolutely, for me it's very simple. I keep it very simple. I live in the moment. I run in the moment.
Yeah.
So when I'm in like a mile first, like right now for one night before the race, right? My goal is absolutely not think about the finish line. Because I don't know how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
My goal is to show up on the starting line, and because I have been through the journey, which was harder than the race day, that training is gonna take over.
Yeah.
That's what my mantra has always been. My goal is to show up on the starting line with shoes on
And trust the train.
and trust the training. That's it.
That's-
And keep breathing. I always say in my Dream Ultras,
Yeah.
just keep breathing and keep one foot in front of the head, like a second one.
And run the mile, you always say. Run the mile you are in. That's a beautiful thought. Run the mile. Keep it simple. Run the mile you are in. Trust your training. I think those are 3 fundamentals. And breathing, of course. Coach Sushma, you just recently completed your first full marathon. That was a very emotional moment for you as well as for us as a coach. That was for me as well. What would be your biggest lesson that helped you during the full marathon?
Nutrition.
Nutrition.
Yeah, that's the key thing.
Yeah.
It's like you have to follow it religiously. You have to, even though you don't want to eat it and you don't like it,
Yeah.
you have to eat it. Because after the race was done, I was able to come back. Like I was able to drive, and then within a day, I was back to
Normal.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this all helped because of the nutrition, whatever.
Absolutely. So it was important. Otherwise you'll bonk otherwise.
And as Deepak was saying, just focus on mile to mile, and then think of it as a long run. Don't think it as a race day.
Yeah.
Just pretend this is another long run, and then just finish it.
Fantastic,
Yeah.
coach. Fantastic thought process. Today, Rekha, you finished your run today. And let's give it up for Rekha today. And so this lady represents some of the best of what RHWB people are, right? You did this so that you can volunteer. And that's how it is supposed to be, right? To give, you need to do something alone and, finish it off. So, same question to you. So, how much you ran today?
10K.
Finished your 10K. Definitely not your first one. Many times you've done your 10K. So, what lessons remained when you were doing your 10K today?
It's just, the recent post-race video. that Pooja posted.
Yeah.
I remember Deepak's words to her, right? Words of advice, like 1 mile at a time.
Correct.
That's something that just came to me today.
All the
it was,
time.
Not a great weather today to run,
Yeah.
but still it was good. I think I'll take that lesson. Just 1 mile at a time and just complete it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's great points. So, it's always not hunky dory, as we all know. Nothing is hunky dory. There are times when you start with a major full marathon or whatever half marathon plan and then injury. And then your season is a pretty miserable season after that. But then even after that, there are folks who can, get over it and come to the start line. That is a journey by itself. That's a bigger, more satisfying journey than everything going well and coming to the start line. So with that, I just wanted to bring in Aparna. Because she's a 5.0 runner. She's been with us for 5-6 seasons. And this season, she, plagued with an injury where she had to shut it down. But she's today here at the beginning of the start line for doing her own sort of race. So how are you feeling? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I seem to do something every season. I think, injury prone easily, actually. And this season, I'm so excited. I just want to finish it. I just want to complete the season and training.
Yeah.
Just for myself, I think, just to kind of have that, everything is not hunky-dory. As always, I broke my bone, and not from running, just from falling. And, things happen in life. And it was depressing.
Yeah.
See everybody's run on Strava and do this.
Correct.
But I think I just want to at least walk it if I can and finish the 10K. I think it will be a closure for me for the season.
Absolutely.
And I'll get stronger.
And
I'll
come
do
back
another
again.
day,
Yeah.
And I will do my half marathon.
Yes.
By PR.
That's the spirit, Aparna. And I know Aarti is in the same bucket. You also had a little bit of dealing with injuries, isn't it?
I just missed all my pick missile.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready, but it's about all having fun. So
Yeah.
we 4 friends had a pact, and it was like, I'm not going to do 10K if I'm going there. So just did my half marathon,
Yeah.
and it's all about having fun with your friends.
Think
right?
about
That's
that.
important.
And you went and did a half marathon just like that. That's what happens, guys, when you're in training for a long time. And I know Renu is sitting out there. You also dealt with some injuries, debilitating one in the past. And what are your thoughts there?
Well, you can either look at it that way and say this, like she said, you just sit down and not do anything about it and come back. So I still have my problems with my knees and all. Every season I start and Suja says, yeah, good job. First season done, and then something or the other comes up and I need to. So, but I'm still holding on to it. Maybe sometime next month or so, I intend to finish my 10K. And hopefully, it will work,
Yes,
So
but that's...
coming to it, as you asked me, what is the best thing to do is just think of the next day, and that would be about it. Just don't think about the past. It doesn't help at all in any way.
Exactly. So that's on the injury side. And then we have 2 more runners who also had a fantastic season. Let's look at Raghu here. I mean, he has been with us 4-5 seasons. What are your thoughts on your season that just got completed?
Well, for me, I think I came prepared for the New York half marathon sick 1 week before I had the virus and everything. And I was thinking I was going to walk the marathon, and it was cold in the morning, and it was not very encouraging to start off. But as I got on the track and did the marathon, it was this one of the most wonderful. I always wanted to do New York. It was my place of birth in the US when I came to this country. So I finished at the point where I went to college, Columbus Circle. So nothing to beat that. Praise the Lord. Praise Bala.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations. And Moni is going to do her half marathon tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes.
A huge amount of volunteering, supporting. I mean, you do so many things. How are you feeling right now, thinking about tomorrow?
I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
Thanks to other volunteers, I could swap with them, and because of that, I'm able to run my race. Having witnessed the Jersey City Half Marathon last week, I've been excited since then.
Yeah.
So can't wait to finish it. There has been ups and downs. My coach is here. Coach Suja is here during this whole season, right? Few things came up, but
You're excited for tomorrow?
Yes.
This is your half marathon number? She doesn't even remember.
I think 7th.
Look at that.
7th.
That's how we are right now.
Yeah,
Huh?
eight-
We have
eight,
become
yeah.
hardcore professionals of half marathoners.
Yeah.
Talking of doing half marathon, this lady, I actually almost forgot that she's going to do a half marathon tomorrow. And then somebody reminded her, yeah, sure, I'll go and do a half marathon. But all the very best for tomorrow. Thank you for all the volunteering work that you have done with the kids and all the runners today listening to this. As you move through the course tomorrow, you'll see all those beautiful charts and various messages led by Moni with few kids who are able to contribute their time and creative ability. So thank you always for doing that. So let's bring this small fireside chat home with the last question. And I want to just touch on the coaches here only for this question. Just a few small tips. Tomorrow the season is over. Next time we are going to start 2.5 months later. What should we do? Three options I have in my mind. Just relax, have drink every day, have parties. 2, continue to run with the same intensity. 3, build on something else so that you can be better physically and mentally. Build on something else, work on something else so that you can be better for the next season. Those are 3 potential options. Or is there any other option, or you choose one of the 3?
I will actually change that a little bit.
Okay.
What every runner has worked on through the season is building a habit, a discipline. And if they can just continue that discipline, no matter what, whatever they do, just have a discipline that will carry them and make them better every season and in everything in life.
So you will continue to do some running a little bit here and there.
I
like
would
that?
like to just keep that kind of a disciplined approach even in the off season.
Interesting. Very interesting thought process. And I know you do it yourself. It's not that just advising. You actually do it. Sridhar, what is your sort of...
Interestingly, that's exactly what I was thinking, right? The first is, in my view, having the system and habit. Number second is you can always increase the volume and then the intensity, right?
Yeah.
So I want to keep the habit going on because the habit, once you
Break it, difficult to bring it.
then it's difficult, right?
Yeah.
So even if it's 2 miles, 3 miles, wear the shoes, get out, walk, at least walk, right? It doesn't need to be high volume or high intensity.
Got it.
Keep the thing going on.
Keep the habit going on. Coach, what's your thought?
Same on the lines of Sridhar and what's like maintain a basic physical activity
Okay.
so that I don't lose my touch when I enter the next season.
Yeah, makes sense.
Keep that habit.
Ani?
Same thing, but I would draw analogy with you invested so much time building your investment portfolio of cardiovascular strength. You want to let it go, maintain it for 2 months.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep at least maintain it. That's what I would say.
And maintenance more.
Like any other investment portfolio you do.
That's a great way of thinking about that. Suja?
I would say if you made gains or even whatever you've done, same thing, that don't lose it. But if you want to build on it and you have goals for the next season, this is the time to kind of work on it. If you say you had aches and pains all over, strength.
Like a glute strength, for instance.
Training.
Yeah.
Focus especially on areas that are problematic and work on those, strengthening those things.
Correct.
And say you want to improve pace, whatever, all that needs your body to be working well.
Yeah.
And if you don't keep this going, when you start the next season, it's not like you can just start building on it, right?
Correct.
So that's why you need to keep this going.
Makes sense. That's also a very good approach. Deepak?
So Bala, my approach has always been recover fast after the race day, right?
Yeah.
Number 1. Number 2 is identify all the problems you had during the season, and basically keep the volume little bit on the same level or a little bit lower.
Yeah.
But on the strength side, double the routine. Because a strength, like a leg strength or core strength, right? Between the season, you can work on those things to use for the next season. So that is what I do. Basically, I go heavy in the strength because it keeps life interesting also. Because sometimes
Something different.
You get monotonous with running and all. So I go back to the calisthenics, in terms of push-ups or pull-ups. Because I want to look like a little bit like a bodybuilder.
Like the Greek god, you mean?
That is me actually, So that keeps my life very interesting, by the way.
Okay.
So recover, identify all the problems, work on the volume and the strength exercises, and keep the food habits same, by the way. Clean eating.
Well said.
And
Well
that
said.
should take care of the next season.
Well said.
You look like a bodybuilder.
A little bit.
Coach Sushma?
For for me, I like cross training. I like to mix up. Especially, I would enjoy the gap.
Yeah.
Like I like swimming and biking.
Yeah.
So whenever the season ends, I would like to mix up all. Like I would like to touch base with runs. Like I enjoy like destination runs, but cross training is also something I would like to focus so that I can come back refreshed for the next season, and then the running becomes more enjoyable.
That's beautifully well said. Coming back to me, I hope you all enjoyed those golden nuggets from so many coaches, senior runners. I just wanted to end with my comments as well on that same question. The way I do this, I think about this is it's been 15 or 16 years I've been doing this now. And so my entire aim is to mental fatigue should not happen. Because if you keep running continuously, then you will get mentally fatigued. So that's why I say that don't go around signing up for hundreds of continuous half marathons and continuous full marathons. You can always do, your CV system is ready. You can always go and do another half marathon in another 15-20 days. But after that initial excitement of just signing up and getting those medals are over, calm down. It's as I say, it's not T20, it's a test match. You want to do this for many years. That's when you get beautiful sort of health benefits and other benefits. So time to learn to enjoy your achievements. So you've done it. Typically, full marathon is 3-week recovery. Half marathon is about 2 weeks recovery, especially for new runners. So recover, enjoy it. Don't do any runs. 3 weeks, just relax, do something else, and do your mentally you will get better as well. Drink, have a good party. You've been cutting out on alcohol and all that. Just have some fun. Basic idea here is, we are amazing human beings not because we are just doing only one thing. We do all things all the time, having fun, spreading happiness. That's who we are, having the energy to do that, right? So you need to learn to have fun. So this is a great time to do that. Summertime, friends with family, all that. Pick up new sport. Now that you are, a runner, you have a lot of stamina. So maybe you should go and do climbing, trail walking, so many other things will become easier because you started running. It was the same with me. So many things became easier because I started running. Before I found it extremely difficult to do that. So you should do that. Pick up new sort of hobbies and that type of stuff. So I have one thing for this summer. I want to do, sailing in the Hudson. It is supposed to be you want to do that? If people are ready to go. So I want to start off. It's something new. It takes a lot of physical strength to do the sailing. Because you have to do the sails and pull the sails and all that. We can do it. We have got the strength, so let's do it. So that's how I approach life. You also should do the same. You've earned the benefit of having fun for the next 2.5 months. And then sign up in time. Sign those waivers, sign up in time, and see you all in season 10, a historic season. Let's give it up for this amazing crowd sitting here.